I can't emphasize this enough. Actual science went into these cookies.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? It's Kat and Deb from Two Market Girls. Welcome back to another vegan recipe. Today, we are finally releasing the recipe that Catherine has been working on for 1 million years.
Yeah. Yes. For generations.
She looks great for her age.
Yeah, what did I touch? Oh, there was tomato on my shirt.
She's losing it a little bit.
There was tomato on my shirt.
What did we make?
Chocolate chip cookies. More specifically, chocolate chunk cookies.
And, like, these are supposed to be the best cookies ever,
They
right?
are the best cookies ever. They're not supposed to be. They are. I have spent like 2 years trying to make a really good chocolate chip cookie. Because, like, I feel like there's so many chocolate chip cookie recipes out there. And, like, I feel like people have almost settled now.
Oh, wow.
Because it's such a common thing. They think all of them are good, which they all are good. But, like, I feel like they can be better. Like, you don't need to settle. Chocolate chip cookies can be amazing.
That's so powerful.
So I wanted to make a really good chocolate chip cookie recipe, and always ones that I've tried to make just never worked out the way I wanted them to in look and in flavor and like texture and stuff. So it took me a long time, but I think I did it.
Respect the dedication. But before we get into the recipe, we want to talk about something new that we're bringing.
Yeah, to the TMG fam.
Squad.
Fam,
what
gang.
Do you guys, gang?
Yeah, what do you guys want to be called?
What should we call you?
Like, I don't want to just give you a name. I want you to name yourselves.
Anyways, we've started a Patreon page.
Yeah.
And the whole purpose of us starting a Patreon is that we want to be able to put more work into this, and we want to be able to give you guys more content. But we also have full-time jobs and stuff like that. We want to be able to support this, and we want to build a little community, and Patreon is great for things like that. So when you sign up for a Patreon, there's some perks at each level. You get a little bit extra content. You get to help us decide what we make and what we talk about on our podcast and stuff like that. We're gonna do some special mukbangs.
Yes. For those of you that don't know, Patreon is like, it's like a crowdfunding for creators.
Yes.
So you can donate monthly to your favorite creators. It can be like as little as $1, as much as you want. Can it be less than $1?
No, I don't
No?
think so.
Okay, so as little as $1 to as much as you want every month for 1 month, whatever you want to do. And you get these special perks with whatever levels you decide to donate at, or, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a way for us hopefully to be able to dedicate more time and resources to Two Market Girls so that we can create the content we really want to create and that you guys want to see.
We'll have a link to our Patreon in the description box below. Go check it out. But first,
Cookies.
cookies.
To make your chocolate chunk cookies, you're first going to start by melting some butter in a small saucepan on the stove on low heat. You don't want to bring this to a bubble, you just want to warm it enough to melt. Once that's melted, we're going to add a little bit of almond butter and just kind of stir that on the stove on low for a couple minutes. This just kind of infuses the butter with that nutty flavor. This is kind of a vegan cheat at getting a browned butter flavor in your cookies. Next up, we're going to add some brown sugar to that and then just stir it until a nice smooth consistency. You might need to switch to a whisk to do this and just whisk it for a couple minutes until there is no separation between the butter and the sugar. Once that's done, you just remove that from the heat and set aside while you make everything else. To a stand mixer, you're going to combine white sugar along with that melted butter mixture and beat that until it is nice and smooth. It should take 2-ish minutes. And then you're going to add in your flax eggs along with a little vanilla extract and beat that until it's nice and smooth. Finally, we're going to add some baking soda to our flour and add that mixture slowly while the beater is on low. Slowly add the flour into the mixture until it's all combined. Lastly, we're going to add some crushed regular potato chips to that. This is going to be your salt component to your chips. And then finally, we're going to add some chocolate chunks to that and just mix that with your stand mixer until it's all nice and incorporated. I like to leave a little bit of the chocolate chunks extra on the side, just a little bit left over so that you can top them with it before you bake them. All right, then using a cookie scoop, we're going to place this on a lined baking sheet and bake them in an oven preheated to 340 degrees Fahrenheit for about 12 minutes. This will also depend on your oven a little bit and the pan you're cooking it on. We cooked ours on a dark cookie sheet, so if you have that, I would really recommend those. Then once you remove it from the oven, let it sit on that cookie sheet for about 5 minutes, and then remove them and place them on a cooling rack. cookies. So wait, when you're eating a chocolate chip cookie, what do you look for? Like, what are the qualities of a good chocolate chip cookie to you?
Okay, so I like it to be soft, but still have, like, the crispy on the edges. I like it to have chocolate.
Not chocolate.
No. No chocolate. That's all my standards, really.
Okay.
I mean, I guess sweet and, like, oh, we're eating it.
Yeah, I'm eating it already. I love cookies so much.
I mean, you've always made really good cookies, in my opinion.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't make cookies enough, I don't think, for Two Market Girls.
These are really good. Wow. They have that, like, really wholesome homemade taste that you want in every cookie you eat.
Yeah.
You know?
I've always been someone who couldn't get, like, that nice thin cookie that was still chewy, but also crispy. I finally got it.
I love the crispiness.
And I've never been able to get, like, the big chocolate chip cookies that you get at, like, bakeries. I'm so happy about these. They're my favorite. They're so good.
I also really like that there's potato chips in these.
Yeah, I decided instead of putting salt, I wanted to put potato chips so that the potato chips almost, like, act as, like, layers of salt. Because they're still kind of chunky in there, right? So you get, like, a layer of salt sometimes. And it just adds a little bit more crunch. Little bit extra flavor.
I can't emphasize this enough. Actual science went into these cookies.
Yeah. I literally was, like, researching ratios, what sugar does to this, and, like, I've never been more science.
Like, picture Catherine as a mad scientist with all these chocolate chip cookies all around her.
Yeah, also, this exact recipe, I tested it at, like, 8 different temperatures. Like, I tested, so it's cooked at 340, which is ridiculous. Like, no one cooks anything at 340. I tested it at 340, 345, 350, 370, 400, and then also 300 or something like that. Because I wanted to make sure I got the right texture and the right bake.
It's like you were doing your thesis paper for TMG.
Yeah.
On chocolate chunk cookies. And we're all really happy that you did.
Also, for those of you who are allergic to nuts, you can skip the almond butter. It adds like a little hint of nuttiness to it that you'd get if you browned dairy butter. Because vegan butter is not made with milk protein, if you just put it on the stove, the milk protein is what browns when you brown butter. Okay. So vegan butter doesn't have that. In order to get that kind of nutty flavor, I added a little bit of almond butter to it. But you don't have to do that. I would still recommend melting the butter on the stove. I don't know why, but like when I did, I melted it in the microwave and the cookies just did not turn out. And I don't know what happened, but just melt it on the stove.
So much science.
But you could also, if you're allergic to nuts, you could also add like something like a sunflower seed butter or something like a seed butter to still get that kind of nuttiness to it that isn't nuts. Or like a fake peanut butter, like Wow Butter or whatever. You try that.
This is intense. Have you ever seen chocolate chip cookies being taken so seriously?
I just love chocolate chip cookies. Like, I feel like they're so underrated. Like, I think everyone loves them, but I don't think anyone loves them enough.
That's what we're here for. Yeah. Also, like, definitely turn these into ice cream sandwiches because they would be so good.
They're not too thick. They're like the perfect size for ice cream sandwiches.
Perfect size. Okay? Do you understand? All right, what should we talk about in the comments today?
I would like to know what people look for in a chocolate chip cookie. Like the question I asked you. I want to know.
What do you look for in a chocolate chip cookie?
Because some people also like want crunchy cookies, which to me is really weird. Like if I'm getting like a Chips Ahoy from the store, yeah, totally. But like, I really want like a soft and chewy cookie. But some people also like cakey cookies a little bit more.
All right, yeah, let's talk about that. I like that.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about the anatomy of a cookie. What do you love about your cookies? Oh, and something else I really want to know. Are you a chocolate chip or a chocolate chunk person?
These are important.
What about you?
I don't really have a preference.
Oh, you should. I am always a chocolate chunk person. I hate chocolate chips and cookies. I don't know why. I don't like them. I don't think they have a place here. I think you need a really good dark chocolate bar chopped into chunks.
That got so aggressive so quickly. I'm uncomfortable now.
I feel like a lot of people like chocolate chips in cookies, so I tried it with chocolate chips, and it just made me, actually angry. Like, I did not like it. And I don't know why. I just didn't like it.
I just want everyone to know that this is a safe space. So if you do say chocolate chips or anything else,
Devin's answering the comments.
that's okay. Yeah, I'm here for it. Catherine, you know, she's in pretty deep with these cookies. She might be a little crazy, but, you know, that's what we do for
I
these
just, like,
recipes.
don't get
fine.
the
It's
chocolate
okay.
chips.
It's okay.
I like chocolate chips. I have them, like, every morning for breakfast, but in my yogurt.
Anyways, as usual, the recipe will be linked in the description box below. There'll also be a link to our podcast. Go check it out if you like to hear us talk passionately about things like
Cookies.
chocolate chips versus chocolate chunks. Because that could easily be
have a debate,
a
full
podcast
debate.
episode. So go check that out.
If you make these, tag us on Instagram, take a picture,
We are
send it our
at
way.
2 Market Girls.
Mm-hmm.
Also in the description box is a link to our merch. Go check it out. We have t-shirts and shirts with clever graphics and vegan slogans.
With clever graphics.
I think that our merch is
I think it's very
pretty
clever. It's
nice.
just a weird way to say that.
Well, I keep trying to sell it. So.
We're smart.
smart.
We're funny.
Okay, so we should probably go, but make sure you subscribe. Catherine's already going. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss vegan recipes every Sunday and whatever Wednesdays every other Wednesday. That's all.
Chocolate chunks for life.
Or whatever you're into. Where your stomach feels too big
Your
for
skin starts peeling back.
I think it's called bloated.
Oh, that's what you were trying to
Give
say.
us a look.
What's with the looks today?
Face.
Face.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, right, we're still filming. To make your chocolate chunk cookies, we are first going to do something.
Did you already eat some of the cookie?
No, I just moved
Oh,
it
okay.
over.
Wow.
Yeah, I ate the whole cookie.
No, I just thought you took a little bite and then put it over
No.
there.